How are we doing, everyone, and welcome to a BTEC YouTube video from a BTEC YouTuber, me. Now today I'm going to be watching a video from the YouTube channel I'm going to be watching a YouTube video from a other YouTube account, and it is called 8 Weirdest People You Won't Believe Actually Exist. I'm going to get into this saying that anyone in this video probably isn't weird. It's just this YouTube channel trying to, you know, up the views and that. I did also call it 8 Weirdest People, but that's only because they called it that. But my own personal views, I think they're beautiful human beings. I don't think they're weird people. I just think they're unique in their own ways, like everyone is.
There are normal human beings, and then there are human beings which are a little bit out of the ordinary. Today, we're going to be going over 8 that you would not believe existed. Taking the number 8 spot, we have Petrus Gonçalves, born in 1537 in Tenerife. Petrus, otherwise known as the Man of the Woods, was born in Spain with a condition called hypertrichosis.
That's what my mum made me feel I did like when I started growing a beard. She was literally making me feel like I had hair all here as well. She bullied me for it, actually. I'm quite hurt by it. My mum actually nearly pushed me to the edge of shaving my beard off.
Or otherwise known as werewolf syndrome. Hypertrichosis is quite the rare condition, and when you get the condition, there's an abnormal amount of hair which grows on your body.
That's me when I'm sitting in the barber chair waiting for a haircut. I'm just smiling like.
There are 2 kinds of hypertrichosis. Generalized hypertrichosis, where the hypertrichosis occurs on the entire body, and localized hypertrichosis, where the hair growth is only in a certain area of the body. Petrus here had generalized hypertrichosis and was looked at and worked as a freak and were promoted for having distinct animal traits. He married while in the Netherlands, and 4 of his 7 children were also afflicted with the hypertrichosis. Petrus lived and acted like a nobleman as
combing your hair, yeah? Combing your hair. Your mate's next to you, you combing your hair. And then he starts combing his fucking face as well. Like under his eyes, is like fucking getting right in there, straighten that out, mate. Started combing his nose as well. You'd be like, mate, you done, because we got actually stuff to do. And you're sitting like, mate, no, I need to comb on my body as well. Like, actually, to be fair, I'm not going to show you, but I'm really hairy with it. So I actually understand what this is. I might have a similar thing to this, you know. Except I just don't grow it in weird places. I just grow a lot of it in other places, you know. Oh, and also there as well. Mental how much it grows out. I'm telling you now, you do not want a lot of hair down there. Let's just carry on watching this.
well. However, both him and his children were not seen as completely human, but instead as freaks who were not normal at all. And he and his wife could possibly have been the inspiration behind the famous film Beauty and the Beast. At number 7, we have Francesco Lentini, who is known as the 3-legged football player. Lentini was born in Sicily on May 18, 1889, and was the 5th of 12 children. He was born with a parasitic twin, which meant that his twin was attached to the base of his spine and only consisted of a pelvic bone, a leg, and genitals.
Does that mean he has 2 ding-dongs? That guy, yeah, he must get so many ladies on the go, or did get so many ladies on the go. He had 2 ding-dongs. All I can imagine as well from this is that the other twin that was conjoined to him was actually had a head and stuff. He was just like sticking out of his belly, and his 2 arms sticking out the side. And then the guy who has the main bit of the body was like, you know what, I can't be arsed to deal with your head sticking out of my belly, so I'm getting it cut off, and he cut off the arms, and he's like, I'm just gonna roll around with another leg and 2 ding-dongs hanging out, and he's living life now. And the other twin just slowly sometimes grow back, and he just shave him now and again, just get rid of him. Just like, yeah, oh, and then you just hear like, and falling in. That's it. But that got a bit deep. I didn't expect myself to go rambling, so let's just carry on with the video.
He was even exhibited in a number of cities, including London, and at the age of 8 was picked up by a man who ran a traveling puppet show and brought him and his family to the US. He entered the sideshow business with the name of the Great Lentini, joining the Ringling Brothers Circus. He worked with almost all major circuses, such as Barnum and Bailey and Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. As a youth, he was named the three-legged football player after he kicked a football across the stage with his third leg.
I don't remember seeing this guy in the World Cup. Wait, sorry, so you can become a football player, yeah, by just kicking a ball across the stage because you have another leg? Doesn't mean he's a football player. I didn't see him fucking scoring overhead kicks in the 2018 World Cup against England. If I saw that happening, then yeah, I'd be like, that is a football player with 3 legs. But kicking a ball across the stage, man, I'm gonna join the circus. It seems so easy just to become anything.
He married his wife Teresa Murray in 1908 and had 4 children who he lived with till his death in Tennessee in September 21st, 1966 at the age of 77. At number 6, we have the smallest woman alive, Jyoti Amge, a 26-year-old actress from India. She is recorded to be the small size of only 2 feet and 1 inch.
I'll just give you a measuring term. So I'm about here, yeah? So this is where I am. Obviously the camera's a bit far away, so my head's cut off. But she's about here. If you've ever seen me about, or you know me, she's about here. I'm about 3 inches, she's just a bit under that.
Which is almost unheard of, unless you're talking about a very small child.
Or a massive
She was declared the smallest woman alive by the Guinness Book of World Records following her 18th birthday, at the exact height of 62.8 centimeters. Her film career started back in 2009 when she was featured on the documentary Body Shot, 2-foot-tall teen. After this, she made a guest appearance on Big Boss 6 and was casted in an American Horror Story Freak Show as the character Ma Petite in 2014. Taking the 5th spot in our list, we have Christian Heinrich Heineken, who was born in 1721 in Lubbock, Germany. He was the son of a painter and architect, and his mother was an artist and alchemist. So I guess you could say that the brains ran in the family. Even his brother Carl was knighted and was also an art historian. At the young age of 10 months old, Christian was already able to speak German. He read the book The Pentateuch at the shocking young age of 1.
I can't even read a book now and I'm 20. How was he reading a book at 1? Wait. How do they know he's reading a book? How do they know that? If they're sitting there and he's reading it out loud, then yeah. But if he's just sitting there holding the book here, and he's just looking at it, he's not reading it out loud. How do you know he's actually doing that? I'm not taking anything away from this kid, because he's done other things that I'm sure is very smart. But how do they know that he was reading that book at 1 year old? I want proof, lad.
And at the age of 2 and 3, read both the Old and New Testament of the Bible. At age 3, he even testified a murder of his friend, which is very young for anyone to do that, as you would need to be much older to testify for that. However, he sadly passed away around the young age of 4 due to celiac disease and was breastfed up until his death. These feats which he had done were in fact documented, so everyone out there who was hesitant to believe these stories, a man named Schoeneck documented the feats in a book called The Life, Deeds, Travels, and Death of the Child of Lubbock. Immanuel Kant himself even wrote an essay about the child after his death and called him prematurely clever. At number 4, we have William Stanley Milligan, born on February 14, 1955 in Miami Beach, Florida. William Stanley Milligan was known to have around 24 different personalities to his name, so I guess you could call him an extreme version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. William could only control one of his personalities, which was his own normal one. He had some quite awful personalities, which he committed crimes with, and very good personalities, which helped him with learning and even getting out of problems and cases. He committed many felonies, such as 3 rapes and armed robbery, and during his case he was diagnosed with multiple personality disorder, and his lawyers pled insanity.
He's just committed a load of crimes. He's raped, he's killed people, and he's gone, it wasn't me, it was him. It wasn't me. Wait, what? It was him. No, it wasn't me. Everyone's just gone, okay, fair enough.
Milligan himself was not even aware that he had committed the crimes because there was nothing he could do to stop it. He was the first person to ever be diagnosed with this disorder and spent decades in a mental hospital because of it. He passed away at the age of 59 in Columbus, Ohio due to cancer. Next up, at number 3, we have a couple who happen to both be giants, by the names of Martin and Anna Bates. Anna was born in 1846 in Canada and was born in a normal and regular family, with her parents and siblings all being of normal height. By 15, she was a whopping 6 foot 8 inches tall and 220 pounds.
6'8" at 15, lad. Do you know how tall I was at 15, mate? I was about 5 foot, lad. Give us some, mate. You're stealing your life. This is where mine's gone. She's nicked it back in 18 something, mate. It's come to me and it's just like, I'm sorry, but we've run out of height, but we can give you some extremely good looks. So I was like, alright, fair enough.
Which is never achieved by most of the world's population. Martin had a similar story. Being raised in a normal family, he reached 6'8" by the young age of only 14. When they met, Martin was 7'6" and Anna was even taller than him.
7'6", and she was taller than him. Imagine me, yeah, being best mates with them or something. Do you know how mental that would look? I would constantly have a stiff neck from just doing this all the time. So like, how's it up there? How's the weather, lad?
The couple of giants quickly fell in love and were married. However, having children was not easy. Their daughter never lived out of childbirth after being born at 18 pounds, and their son died 11 hours after being born at 22 pounds. Anna tragically died in 1888 after a heart attack. However, Martin went on to remarry. However, this time he married a normal woman and died 22 years later due to nephritis. Both Anna and Martin were not only known for their height, but for their music and acting as well, being creative and talented in these fields. Taking number 2 is Ella Harper, who is otherwise known as the Camel Girl.
Camel girl? That's a bit messed up, man. How can you go around calling someone a camel girl? That is outrageous. Imagine if I call my girlfriend a camel girl, mate. I'll get a right hook to the cheek, mate.
Harper was born in 1870 in Tennessee. Her condition made her knees bend the opposite direction of what was intended. So what this meant was that she could not walk or move normally, but instead she had to get around on all fours like a camel.
Imagine, yeah, you're home at night on your own, yeah. You go downstairs to the kitchen, you're feeling a bit thirsty. So you go downstairs and you think, I need a drink. Turn on a light, yeah, and you see this woman just at the end of the hallway, yeah. She's like got her hair down, with her fucking legs bent back like that, looking at you just like this. Imagine how scary that would be, mate. I would not want to date her. I'd poo myself, yeah, just seeing her downstairs at night time.
Like many other oddballs, she joined a traveling circus called the Nickel Plate Circus Program. And there, where she was named the Camel Girl for how she moved and looked. She was a beautiful woman, and the ad said, a beautiful woman who walks like a camel. She made, in today's money, quite the impressive salary of $5,000 per week.
5 grand. 5 grand a week, mate. How do I snap my legs back? Snap my knees back, man. I want to go circus and make 5 grand a week from having weird legs.
Which is most definitely more than the average person in today's society. She married at 35 and became pregnant quite quickly. But with complications, her daughter died before she was a year old. But Ella and her husband then decided to adopt a newborn girl, who also tragically died at 3 months old, which must have been devastating for the couple. Sadly, before the two could adopt another, Ella died of colon cancer and was buried next to her children. And finally, at number 1, we have the twins, June and Jennifer Gibson. The two girls were born in Barbados in 1963 and were silent and never communicated with anyone. Their parents began to think that they were mute, however their mindset changed soon after. The two girls used a language which was special between the two and that was only understood by the two. To help the girls become more social, the parents decided to split the girls apart as much as they could by sending them to different schools, among other things. But whenever the two twins got home, they became even more antisocial to the outside world. They then started a diary, which they wrote a whole lot in, but in these journals they wrote were more creepy stories of people who were exhibiting criminal behavior. Then the two turned into criminals, committing things such as arson and assault. Instead of sending the odd twins to jail or prison, the judge decided to send them to a hospital for the insane. The two were separated, but were still acting in the exact same way, even as the two were not even in earshot of each other. Then, the twins were transferred to a hospital for just normal people, and then Jennifer said that they had decided that she was going to have to die, because the only way that a twin could live a normal life was if the other one passed away. Jennifer passed away at 29, and in their diaries, Jennifer said that June took over her life. June herself now lives a very normal life and talks to her relatives and even works at charities. Thanks for watching.
That one's deep. That one's very deep. That is deep because I don't know what they're trying to infer here, but what I've got out from it is that maybe one of the twins might threaten the other one, be like, mate, you can be mute, yeah, we're not going to say anything, we're just going to talk in this random language that we made up. And they go to a mental hospital and all that, write diaries, write books and that. One says that she wants to die, because I don't know. Anyways, and then the other one goes to live a normal life. So I don't know, did the other one kill? Someone let me know, I have no idea. But it feels like one of them died because the other one might have threatened them or made them be a certain way. I don't know, but that's a deep story. I can't really talk on that. Anyways, that is the end of the video. If you did enjoy, please press the subscribe button. If you didn't, then you can dislike the video, but just give it a like, mate. Don't be a mug. See you in a bit, boy.